All right, man. We got a situation with Cassie is suing Diddy. I'm gonna read it and use some, code words. Okay, so y'all know what's up. Like that Left Eye song with who was that with Donnell Jones? Uh, that was my shit right there. So for the most part, uh, Diddy, okay, apparently he started dating Cassidy when she was 19 years old. Okay, so that's kind of the thing they had going on. Whatever got her straight out of high school, basically. And you hear a lot of things about these guys saying that younger women are better and more submissive and more pure. And like I said, I know some women that came out of high school with more bodies, you know what I'm saying, than Wayne Perry down there in DC. All right. And that's just real, right? And that doesn't necessarily like it. All of them had their pros and their cons. You can sit here and you can listen to these red pill guys and whatever you want to. I don't have no nothing against them. All right. I think the message some of them is trying to help, but you know, younger ain't always better, bro. And I tell you that. But these new women is beyond me. But Sean Combs is accused by Cassidy of grape. I said the grape, like the fruit, in years of abuse and lawsuit. In the lawsuit, the singer says Mr. Combs, known as take that, Puff Daddy or Diddy, subjected her to patterns of control and abuse over about a decade. Mr. Combs' family denies the allegation. Now, real quick, real quick, real quick, she left him for a personal trainer that was training her. All right, don't forget that. Sorry for prior information crime. He left. She left. He crying. I don't know. He crying, but he left her for a personal trainer or whatever, right? I guess that was his personal trainer that he hired, and she ran with him, and you know what I'm saying. And that's what they chose to do. Okay, most people say that was foul and all that. Women don't really care, dude. And I remember I used to work out at the gym when I was younger. I was in college, matter of fact, and I remember that it was a particular guy. His wife would be working out with a personal trainer. He'd sit in the car, no cap. This dude to sit in the car, and he will wait for her in the car. All right, and I always kind of like why you don't trust your woman or whatever. Okay, but I remember one day I was kind of training on a Friday, right? I don't know if it was the same trainer or not. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but I seen one of the trainer clients, grab the package. And next thing you know, they instantly left the gym and he went to go do his thing, I would guess. So like I said before, you better learn how to train. You better learn how to train your woman yourself. Because Diddy lost his woman to a personal trainer. Real talk. You better learn how to train yourself. No cap. But but yeah, she left him for the personal trainer or whatever. And so obviously that was what it was, you know. But let's keep going. Sean Combs, the producer, music mogul, who has been one of the most famous names in hip hop for decades, was sued in federal court on Thursday by Cassidy, an R&B singer once signed to the label, who accused Mr. Combs of grape, and I said grape like the fruit, and repeated physical abuse over about a decade. In the suit filed in the District of Court in Manhattan, Cassidy, whose real name is Cassandra Ventra, who had long been Mr. Combs' romantic partner, says that not long after she met him in 2005, when she was 19, he began a pattern of control and abuse that included plying her with drugs, putting his hands on her, forcing her to have, intercourse with successions of male prostitutes while he filmed the encounter. Now, Diddy a cuck. Diddy's a lot of things allegedly, so I don't think that surprises me. I just never understood the point of, me watching my girl, get going to Pound Town. Shout out to Sexy Red. and me filming it and watching it, I don't get how people get off by that. Like I said, and then again, I don't get how people get off by pictures neither. You know what I'm saying? Um, sorry, he want to be vocal this morning. He got it. I don't see how people get off by like pictures and buying OnlyFans pictures and all that. But hey, everybody got different strokes for different folks. So, but but hey, that is what it is. All right. But yeah, I remember I had one girl I was just talking to not too long ago. She was like, "Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching you f somebody else, but if you f her better than me, then we got a problem." I'm just looking like, I ain't about to watch nobody pound your ass. I'm sorry, I ain't into that. Sorry. Uh, uh, but that's just me. I ain't knocking what anybody else is into, but that's just your boy. He said, after years of silence and darkness, McVenture said in a statement, "I'm finally ready to tell my story and speak up on the behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and abuse in relationships." In response, a lawyer for Mr. Combs, Ben Brafman, said Mr. Combs vehemently denies the offense and outrageous allegations. For the past 6 months, Mr. Combs has been a subject to Miss Venture's persistent demand of $30 million under threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship, which was unequivocally rejected as blatant blackmail. Despite withdrawing her initial threat, Ms. Venture has now resorted to filing a lawsuit riddled in the baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday. And that's exactly what it is. It's a payday. Mr. Personal Trainer ain't got no bread. Not saying that he ain't guilty of some of this, or he is, but Mr. Personal Trainer ain't got no bread. And then he going out here saying, I fully support her. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, uh, so that is what it is. You know, but it is what it is. It's all about the money. And she probably did try to blackmail him and extort him, and he like, "No, I'm good, baby girl. Um, you got it. I really don't care. Go do what you gotta do, because once you give her $30 million, then what else she gonna ask for? You know what I'm saying? Then it's gonna come back for 20. Women spill money like the wheel of fortune will spin, and that's what we do know. They spend money. That 30 million gonna be gone, and she gonna be back for another 30, another 40, another 20, another 60, the whole nine. So that's what we do know. Douglas Wigner, the lawyer for Miss Venture Cassie, said that the parties had spoke before the suit was filed. Mr. Combs offered Venture 8 figures to silence her and prevent the filing of the lawsuit. She rejected. Okay. Ms. Venture's case is the latest in the series of sexual assault civil suits recently filed against prominent men in the music industry. Okay. Um, including Steven Tyler's of Aerosmith, executive L.A. Reid, Neil Portnow, former head of the organization behind the Grammys. Mr. Portnow has denied accusations. Mr. Tyler and Mr. Reid have not responded. So at the end of the day, we kind of heard what happened with Harvey Weinstein and all that type of stuff. We heard that. Okay, we heard all of that. So at the end of the day, um, we know that the Hollywood, and the music industry is a pay to play. I'm gonna just leave it at that. We know it's a pay to play. That's nothing that surprises us when it comes up. It's a pay to play industry. And now these women know, oh, Me Too is just meant to trip up Bill Cosby. Now it started a whole movement. Now it's a hustle. Now people going, no matter how much in history that is proven that women lie in situations far less serious than this, they word is still biblical, and it could destroy a man's reputation, or it could destroy anybody's reputation. And even when it's found out that they completely lied, it's still destroying somebody's reputation. You still can't get your reputation back. That's still on your reputation. All it takes is one or two more people to accuse you of anything similar acts, and it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And it's unfortunate. because these women can sit here and lie, just like that dude that played he played for in the NFL, Travis Rudolph. And a woman sat there and basically, it should have been attempted murder charges. They didn't do nothing to her. He got proved to be innocent, lost time off his life. Okay. All right. Lost time off his life. Right. And ain't nothing happened to her. And she sent her brothers over there to kill him. See, women can sit here and lie, and they can do all these things, and they can lie and lie on people, lie on men. And then once they lie, don't nothing happen to them. So if I can accuse somebody, lie about it, and even if I don't get the $30 million, even if I don't get the lawsuit, even if I don't get what I'm looking for, it's no consequences for me lying. There's no consequences for me lying. So why wouldn't I try? It's like playing the lottery and not having to risk no money. That's what it's like. It's like playing the lottery and not having to risk no money. That's what exactly it's like. It's like playing the lottery and not having to risk no money. And it's sad because they can sit here and tell as many lies as they want to and not have to face any consequences. And then they've been broke up for a couple years now. So what's the point of her coming out here saying these things? Now I get better too. Mr. Combs, 54, founded Bad Boy in 93, became one of the primary figures in the commercialization of hip hop, working with stars like Notorious B.I.G., Mary J. Blige's net worth estimated as high as $1 billion last year. Forbes calculated Mr. Combs' annual earning to be $90 million, attributed to a large part of his partnership with liquor brand Ciroc that is owned by spirits giant Diageo. Mr. Combs, who we know his background, right? And naming additional defendants in the court papers asserted that others who worked with Mr. Combs had helped him to control Miss Venture at times by threatening her with retribution, like suppressing her music if she did not obey his orders. I can believe that, or by helping conceal his behavior. The suit, which they work for him, names Combs as the number of associate companies as defendants seeking unspecified damages. According to Venture's suit, she swept into Mr. Combs' jet set lifestyle not long after meeting him and signing with Bad Boy and released her debut album. She probably, gave him some But the suit says she soon began to assert an extraordinary level of command over her life. In addition of controlling her career, he paid for her cars, apartment, clothing, even had access to her personal medical records. According to suit's results from an MRI scan she had for memory loss, possibly caused by drug use or by, you know, Mr. Combs putting his hands on her. I say that. Mr. Combs also provided Venture with the copious amount of drugs, including ecstasy, ketamine. Don't know what that is. And urged her to take them. The suit says it often became violent by putting his hands on her multiple times. The suit says Miss Venture never went to the police because she feared it would merely give Mr. Combs another excuse to hurt her. In one incident in LA in 2009, Sue says Mr. Combs began to enrage when he saw Venture talking to another talent agent, when he then pushed her into the car, kicked her repeatedly in the face, allegedly making her bleed. According to the suit, Mr. Combs then had his staff bring her to the hotel to recuperate for a week. She asked to go home to her parents. Mr. Combs refused. The suit says that after seeing the violent repercussions of rejecting Mr. Combs and the extent which he would isolate her from her support networks, Miss Venture, Cassie, felt felt that saying no to Mr. Combs would cost her something, her family, friends, her career, or even her life. Although she tried to leave Mr. Combs, the suit says she sent employees to lure her back. In one incident described in court papers, Ms. Venture says that in early 2012, Combs grew angry about her dating a rapper, Kid Cudi, is where it get better at, said he would blow up the rapper's car around that time. The suit said Kid Cudi car exploded in the driveway. Now, Diddy has been accused. All right, he has been accused of things like that in the past. People kind of made an insinuation that he made Albie Shore sick, that he did something to Kim Porter. Um, Obviously, he's always been accused of doing something to the notorious B.I.G. and he been accused of recently because of Keefy D doing something to Tupac. So yeah, so this ain't no surprise here. All right. Um, so I think that bodyguard Reggie something accused him he accused him on Art of Dialogue of doing having something to do with Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx questioned his sexuality, maybe in a joke or something. Through the spokesperson, Cudi confirmed Miss Venture's account that he had a car explode. This is all true, he said. So a few years back, Miss Venture Cassie relationship with Diddy. The suit says he began coercing her to engage in a fantasy of called voyeurism, in which she was directed to have sex with a succession of male prostitutes while Combs watched, and he pleasured himself out about that. According to the suit, Mr. Combs called these encounters freak offs, which involved customs like masquerades, masks, and lingerie. He continued for years, taking a high-end hotels across the United States and Combs in Mr. Combs' homes. The suit says that he instructed Ms. Venture to search the websites for escort services to procure male sex workers. Drugs were supplied at these events. Ms. Venture's suit says she took them because it allowed her to disassociate during the horrific encounters. Um, um, uh, According to the suit, Ms. Venture would delete videos from these incidents that had been shot on her phone, but Mr. Combs told her he still had access to those videos on the flight once, made her watch the video she thought she had deleted. Damn. He said the suit says that as a result of these sexual encounters in different cities, Miss Venture was a victim of sex trafficking. The suit also accuses Mr. Combs of sexual battery, sexual assault, the violation of New York City's gender motivated violence law. Miss Venture suit includes several counts of her unsuccessful attempts to escape from Combs' control. In one example, the suit says during the freak off in LA hotel in 2016, intoxicated Mr. Combs put his hands on Venture in the face, giving her a black eye. He fell asleep and she tried to leave the room, but Mr. Combs woke up and followed her into the hallway where she threw a glass vase at her, sending glass shattering throughout the corridor. According to court filings, hotel security cameras captured the incident, but the suit says Combs paid the hotel $50,000 for the footage. The court filing says in 2018, Combs and Miss Venture met for dinner. He forced himself into her apartment. Um, then forced himself on her repeatedly. She said no and tried to push him away. After the shoot, she left him for good. Venture married Alex Fine, a personal trainer, following year, and the two have two young children. According to the complaint, her association with Bad Boy ended in 2019. Ms. Venture case, like other SAK lawsuits, is being brought under the Adult Survivors Act of New York law that allows people who say they was victim of SA to file civil lawsuits. And statute of limitation has expired. The 1 year window to bring the case under law ends next week. The law cited in Ms. Venture's complaint and statement is addressed its importance. Quote, with the expiration of New York's Adult Survivor Act fast approaching, she said, it became clear that this was an opportunity for her to speak up about the trauma I experienced and I would be covering for the rest of my life. You hope that this ain't true, but you hope if it is true, she find justice for sure. And I know some money will, really help her fall or help that, but it ain't gonna cure that if she went through anything like that, right? But nonetheless, beautiful young lady as well. Um, Nonetheless, my thing is why didn't you file these criminal charges sooner? I know the statute of limitation is running out now, but why didn't we file these criminal filings sooner? That's my thing. Why did you go to civil court and not go to the police? Right? Because you can go to the police and then go to civil court still. So that's my only issue with it. Why is you telling the streets and you trying to get money but not trying to file criminal charges? File the criminal charges, then you could turn around and still, you know, go to civil court too. That way, it seemed more genuine in the way. But you going to civil court seems more disingenuous. And I'm just being honest. It seemed more like you just need some money, right? But if you go to the real court, If you go, file a lawsuit and then, do what you got to do, then it don't seem as bad in my opinion. It seems genuine. But hey, check out the music entertainment playlist. Check out the current news playlist. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel? Cash App $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Appreciate the love support. Hit my link tree. I'm everywhere there. Check out my new channel, Free Game 89, FR33 Game 89. Also, check out my Detroit channel, Marcy Sports Talk. That link's in link tree in the description. Peace.